There we are. Well, good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Tuesday Night Live. We're going to wave away Tuesday, and I don't know what it's been like for you, but I can tell you that here, Tuesday has been absolutely rotten. The weather's been like yesterday, darlings, and if you watch my video today, you know what yesterday was like. Same again today. Non-stop rain, fog, it's freezing cold. It's not even feeling autumnal. It's feeling wintry, quite honestly, darlings. But nonetheless, over the space of the next hour, we're going to wave away this rotten old Tuesday and we're going to welcome in what will hopefully be a better Wednesday. And it's hump day again, darlings. See, you get to my age, time goes so fast. Time goes so quickly. Um, yeah, it's about 2 nights ago that I was saying this, that it's hump day tomorrow. Now, apparently it's a week, but it doesn't bloody feel like that. It feels like it was only 2 nights ago. Everything just whizzes by, darling. Life becomes like the end of the generation game when they've got the conveyor belt and you have to try and remember all of the things on the conveyor belt, except somebody's playing it on a top loader VCR and they've got it on 4 times the speed, and the bloody cuddly toy and fondue sets are whizzing past like greased weasel droppings. Anyway, we've got an hour of each other's company. I'm looking forward to it, and that candle is entirely in the wrong place, and I don't know how that happened. I can only apologise for that, darlings. I will, of course, rectify it with immediate effect, and I hope you appreciate that. I do make these efforts for you, my lovelies, because I want you to feel safe and comfortable in this live stream environment. Now, as usual, darlings, it's the way forward, voice notes. I would love to hear from you in person using your real voice, or you can put one on if you want. Do an impersonation of your favorite YouTuber, or do an impersonation of Bruce Forsyth. Do whatever you want, but send me voice notes, darlings. Thank you. Oh, yeah, and of course I need to know, we'd all love to know what you've been up to today, how the day's been for you, and not least, what you've been eating, darlings. Now, for lunch today, I had momo and chutney, and it was as fantastic as you would expect it to be. And I am down to, I only have 11 pieces of momo left, so I've ordered some more, darlings. I've got a disaster, an absolute disaster at the restaurant to tell you about, but I'm going to dive into your comments. And the first cab off the rank tonight was Lord Stiff Upper Lip, who says it's Boaty time. Hello, Sir Boaty. Followed immediately by Jimmy Quinn. Good evening, Boaty and all. Good evening to you both, gentlemen. The lovely Peter P. Good evening, Boaty and Pufflings. Good evening to you, Peter. G'day. Peter and Jimmy say, one and all, says my clients. I'm just checking our start time back soon. Jolly good. DL is with us. A fine evening to you, Captain Boaty, and all of the brethren in tow. And a jolly good evening to you, DL. Tracy P is with us. Good evening, all. It was a beautiful day in Cardiff. Not at all like October. Oh, well, there you go. South Wales had the weather today. We certainly, well, the good weather anyway. The only weather we've had here in the Peak District was bloody awful. I need a glass of wine, darlings. I've earned this tonight, believe it or not. Cheers, your very good health. Bottoms up yours. Oh, it's like the first sip of coffee in the morning. Oh, go on then, wine. Do your thing. Oh, marvelous. Yeah, that first sip, it's like the first sip of coffee in the morning. And the rest are wonderful, but nothing can touch that first gulp, can it? Oh, and the same is true of wine. Oh, 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 I can slosh it about a bit, and oh God, that's even better. Oh, now then. Oh, oh, cute. Dear God. Oh, oh, that is absolutely lovely. Alan Simpson is with us. Greetings, honourable community. Oh God. And Donkey Boaty. How are you all getting on? I love that. I am my donkey Boaty, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny calls and I go. And the wild winds of fortune shall carry me onwards, whithersoever they blow. Whithersoever they blow. Onwards to glory I go. I love my little La Mancha. Ah, marvellous. Thanks for that, Alan. Oops, goes on Alan. Now I have a Nick Kershaw song stuck in my head. Oh, which one? Ian Hully is with us. Good evening, Mr. Boaty. I hope you and everyone in the is in fine fettle and ready for a good old chin wag. Hopefully they are. Amy is with us and retracted a message. Oh, Rocket Max is with us. Haven't seen Max for ages. Hello, mate. He left 2 messages and retracted them both. But hope you're well. Long time no see. For those who don't know, our Rocket Max is the world's premier Elton John tribute and accept no imitations. In fact, don't even accept Elton John. Don't accept him. Say, no, I'm sorry, Mr. John, but I'm going to see a better version of you. And Max goes on, good evening, Boaty et al. From the Celebrity Apex cruise ship. Yeah. Max has gone down the cruise ship route. I never did that when I was a singist and tribute act. I was offered them, but they never appealed. Now I wish I'd done at least one for the experience. But there you go. I get to do it vicariously through Max. I follow him devotedly on Facebook and really enjoy it as well. That was odd, says Alan. The fridge door opened and there was and no passing motorcycle noises emanated. I feel robbed. Well, I greased it with some Mr. Boaty's pottering lube earlier on. Oh, good. The pings are starting to come in. I'm going to get to those in just a minute. You see if I don't. There, we've got one there, and there's a couple that came in earlier, and I will get to all of them. Hi, all, says Amy. New to the community. Question, why are you called Mr. Boaty? Well, Amy, it's kind of a longish story that everybody else has heard before more than once. But if you do a search on this here channel, why I'm called Boaty, you will find a video where I explain it all. That's not the full title, but I can't remember the rest of it. It was something like something and why I'm called Boaty. So if you just search for why I'm called Boaty or and why I'm called Boaty, that video will undoubtedly pop up and you can watch it and your question will be answered. It's quite an interesting story if you like that sort of thing. Tracy P says, Boaty, I took your advice and went for a flatbed microwave. You will not regret it, Tracy. You will not regret it. One of the best things I've ever bought. And I will reiterate the advice that I gave last night or the night before, whenever it was. The next time you come to replace your microwave, be sure to get a flat bed one, darlings. They are just better. Honestly, they are. It's a bit of a kitchen game changer. Not what I mean, Harry. Splendidness. Peter P says, Boaty, are you going to do a Carol Ann and sit in a vat of cold water in the rain? No, I'm not. But then I haven't got a body like Carol Ann. If I did, then I would definitely do it. I would definitely put it on the thumbnail, and then I would watch the views roll in and the the sounds of a virtual cash register going in my head. One of the comments on that video did amuse me. Somebody said that with the onset of winter, I thought we'd seen the last of you in a bikini until next spring or summer, but you've managed to think of a way to get your kit off in October. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to what excuse you come up with to do it next time. So, no, I'm buggered if I would do it, but it was a splendid sight, wasn't it? I enjoyed it very much indeed. And I'm going to let you into a little secret, darlings. I'm not proud of this, but neither am I ashamed. When I watched that video, I just kept prodding the fast forward thing until it got to the bit where she got her kit off. Yeah, I did. I was a little bit short of time, so that's my excuse. But yes, it was a very enjoyable couple of minutes, wasn't it? Very enjoyable indeed. It's so much easier for attractive women on YouTube. Honestly, all you've got to do is, I mean, that is your niche. You don't even need a niche. Now, Caroline is lovely, and she's a genuinely talented and enthusiastic person, but you can't fault her, can you? You can't fault her. I'd do it. God knows, if I'd have been doing YouTube when I was young and fit and had a body like a Greek god, I'd have had my kit off all the time. I'd be doing this live stream right now, just in my underpants. I genuinely would, and it would be all over the thumbnails. So I'm certainly not going to knock anybody else doing it. And yeah, you don't even need to. Oh God, the shorts that you see on YouTube of American girls picking up 5 million views by wiggling their bottoms or something. It's yeah, it's a bit frustrating for ugly old has-beens like me, but yeah, I wouldn't knock them for doing it if yeah, you wouldn't even have to think about it, would you? You wouldn't have to think of a video idea. Well, I mean, you'd have to think of one thing, wouldn't you? I mean, it'd be like, well, imagine Sean doing it on one of his videos. Hello, and welcome to the little cottage at the top of the Rhondda Valley. Now, today I thought I'd make some soup, but oh, my goodness gracious me, it's terribly hot in this little cottage. I'd better take all my clothes off. And that's, and if you've got an amazing body and you're a woman, and you know that the majority of viewers on YouTube are male perverts, that's all you'd have to do. Yeah, you just have to say, yeah, I thought I'd make some soup today, my lovelies. I've got a carrot here, I've got a parsnip, and I've got some chili powder. Oh, is it me or is it hot on here? Hang on, I'll just get my kit off. I happen to have a bikini underneath. Be brilliant. Unlike me, I have to come up with, well, I was going to say I have to come up with interesting ideas, but I don't, do I? I've been doing this channel for 2 years, haven't come up with a single interesting idea. I just make a video of me sitting on the bog and expect to become rich and famous and an influencer of the highest regard. What I need to do is I need to find about 1 million women or men. I'm not fussy. Well, I mean, I'm not fussy in who watches me. I'm fussy about other things. I need to find, about 1 million people who find fat old men incredibly attractive, and I'll just tailor my channel to them. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Tuesday Night Live. I thought we'd do something a little different tonight. I thought we'd take the camera up into my bedroom and I'll get my kit off. Super chat, channel member, boss, boom, watch the money roll in. But there we are. There we are. That was a long answer to a short question, wasn't it, Peter P? Hey, dudes, says the M11. Hope it's hanging well for you all tonight. I've had unpleasant. Oh, God. Why do my live streams always have to come down to the actions or inactions of the M11's Marmite motorway? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, God. I've read what's going to come out on the singles channel. Or, well, hopefully on the singles channel, given that. Oh, hello. I will get to those pings in a moment. I feel I ought to do about 20 minutes of comment reading before I get into the pings. And then we'll have 20 minutes of pings. And then we'll have 20 minutes where I'm a bit drunk and I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, maybe on the singles channel, she'll be a bit more restrained in case there's a white knight riding on a horse who isn't potentially incredibly attracted to women who talk about grunting and straining and anyway, the point is that the lovely Emma is with us and her bottom has been playing up today. And she says, community crap, anyone. The Equalizer is with us. Hello, all. Carolyn Wild is with us. Hi to everyone, both channel members. Thank you very much. And thank you to all of your channel members for your support. Max is saying hi to all. Peter P is sympathizing with Emma and saying that Boaty-wise, it's all been smooth sailing in Finland. Alan says hello to Amy. And we have Jimmy Buffett, the county singer, to thank for Boaty or Boat Drinks to give him his Sunday name. And yeah, that is kind of true, although it's a little bit more involved than that. HW100 or HW100 or HW100 is with us and says good evening all. Matron's here, evening all. I wish they did Momo on the ship, says Max. Well, there you are, you see. There you are. Yeah, that might have been one of the things that influenced me, the potential lack of things that I, at the time, held dear, like a really good doner kebab from Charlie's Kebab Shop of Bromsgrove, or his kebab van, which used to park in the B&Q car park in Droitwich. I don't think it was that. I can't remember why I didn't do them. The money was good. Well, the money was reasonably good. I think I've just always thought of cruise liners as floating prisons. I didn't like that idea somehow. Now, I know that they're the size of a small planet, and you could be on one for a year and still not walk around every square inch. But no, there was just something about the cruises that really didn't appeal to me. Maybe it was me doubting my own behavior. I mean, it's one thing getting incredibly drunk at a venue and then you just leave it and maybe never go there again. It'd be another thing getting incredibly drunk at a venue but you're there the next night as well. And you make an ass of yourself at the captain's table. I wish I had done one. I wish I had done at least one. If I had my time over again, I definitely would. I'm encountering Momo withdrawal, says Alan. Is there a clinic? Well, you simply have to buy Momo. What you're going to have to do, darlings, is you're going to have to organise your life where you visit me here at Windy Bum or the restaurant 4 times a year and get 3 months worth of Momo. I supply Momo and chutney to anybody who would like it. I just need a week or 10 days advance warning, and it will be there for you at a very reasonable price as well. And they will be handmade by an authentic Nepali Momo maker. And, you know, is a home really a home if you haven't got a few hundred Momos stashed away in your freezer? I would argue, no, it isn't. But there you are. I accept that this is more difficult for those of you who live in Finland or Australia. But for those of you who are UK based, you just need to swing by 4 times a year, pick up a stock, bring a cool box with you with some cooler things, and go home well stocked up with Momo. And then you wouldn't need a Momo withdrawal clinic. I actually ate cat treats by mistake, says Tracy P. I bought some nuts and opened the wrong pack. All things Alex is with us and says, "Good evening, sir. What's the tipple of choice tonight? I'm currently hammering a nice merlot." Oh, a nice merlot. Tonight it is Rioja Blanco. Sainsbury's Taste the Difference. I've got this tonight and tomorrow night. So that's Wednesday, isn't it? And then on Thursday, sadly, I will be back to the cheap plunk. All good things come to an end. I don't mind too much because thanks to the generosity of some of you lot, I've got some nice bottles put by for special occasions. And the cheap stuff isn't so bad when you know you've got some nice bottles ready for a special occasion. Oh, God, says Emma. Mr. Care is with us and says, good evening, Boaty and all in chat. Amy had homemade jerk chicken thighs with salad and homemade crisps. Well, that sounds fabulous. That actually sounds fabulous. Now, I love a chicken thigh, darlings, because the chicken should be juicy and succulent. And with jerk seasoning rubbed all over it, what would be really lovely would be the chicken thigh, skin left on. I know we shouldn't do it. I know it's not good for your weight loss journey, but it is so fabulous. I'll take the skin off if you must. Take the skin off and then score it and then massage the seasoning in. Leave it in the fridge for a decent while and then cook it. Oh, that'd be lovely. That would be lovely. And salad is a fabulous thing. And homemade crisps, I'm impressed by that. Something I've never tried. Maybe I will do one day. Trisha is with us, the lovely Trisha Alderman. Good evening, Jason and all in chat. Good evening to you. Oh, and Trisha's on the gin tonight. Mother's Ruin. Nick did a song called Don Quixote too, says Alan Simpson. It's very catchy. Jimmy says, hi, Trisha. I'll be on the gin in a bit. Andrew Buttigieg is with us and greets us all by name. And then there's a lot of greeting going on. Oh, Max only retracted his comment, says he spelled them badly. Oh, dear. He's called Boaty, he's a knob, says Jimmy Quinn. Here's a TV show from the past, says Ian Hulley. I quite like this feature, TV shows from the past. Let's make that a regular thing. Throw in any TV shows from the past that you care to. And we can all have a little waddle down memory lane. Does anyone remember the Love Boat? Yes, says Jimmy Quinn, Love Boat with the midget. Captain Stubbing, says Andrew. She had a boob job, Boaty, says Jimmy Quinn. Who did? Coffee, Vicky. Oh, sorry, Goffer, Vicky, says Andrew. Mark was also wondering about the Mr. Boaty title. Right, it's I can't just tell you the story because everybody else has heard it. It involves a blind date in Chicago on my 30th birthday. On a whim, I flew out to Chicago to have lunch with a beautiful blonde millionaire. And yeah, and it involves eBay and other things. Search on YouTube or on this channel for Why I'm Called Boaty, and all will be revealed. The Underpants Live was scheduled for tomorrow, says Peter P. I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten. Ah, Sophie is with us. Hi, everyone. How are we all? Is Emma taking notes? Asked Peter P. Everybody's saying hello. I resemble that remark, says Andrew. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Reese thumbnails and booties, says Mark. I saw Emma Lemon naked in the bath last night. See what I mean? See what I mean? These women YouTubists, they've got no shame. They will, and why not? They will use what the FSM gave them to their advantage, and why shouldn't they? Hello to the new members, says Sophie. Welcome to Boaty's Live. You'll have a lovely time being in here with us all. I bet he does have a bikini underneath, says Alan. A green mankini, says Andrew. Emma says, yeah, Boaty, I'm afraid that women like me who like fat old men are rare. Boaty, you're a very successful flatulence, says Peter P. Nice one, Emma, says Jimmy. I disagree, Emma, says Matron. Many people enjoy the sight of a dad bod. Yeah, and I'm waiting to hear when you want to do the singles live, Boaty, says Emma. We need to do that. We do need to do that. Thumbnails and viral, says Mark. Get knocked out by a flying fish. Fairly unlikely around here. Fishy chap's thumbnail, says Peter P. I could mock up a thumbnail of me doing the fish slapping dance, I suppose. Right, I tell you what. Let's get into some voice doing, shall we? That would be nice at this point. Ah, yes, here's one. Here we go, darlings. No, I haven't listened to them, so I've got no idea what they say.
Hi, this is Tracy in Cardiff with help from Ants in Halifax. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Boaty going live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody won't be long before the man arrives. Get a drink, settle down for the show, because you really want to wine burps like we had last week, especially if his wine is cheap. He's got Alan, Pink of Concord, and Peter, and here's Matron to keep it sweeter. A little bit of Bodie late at night, a little bit of Emma sometimes by his side, a little bit of Stephen on the phone, a little bit of Sophie comes along. Hey, you're on the wonk. Jump up, jump round, and move it all around. Move it to the left, move it to the right. Hey, it's doing fine. You're going to have a good time tonight.
Ah, well done, Trace. And was that done in conjunction with our Anthony, by any chance? Oh, that was brilliant. Thank you for that. And we're going to keep this going. Who else have we got leaving us little ping pongs? Oh, that was one, wasn't it? Oh, where was that? Oh, two here. Two here.
Hi, Jason. This is Carl Wells from Glasgow, originally from Bradford. Just saying hello. Bye for now.
Oh, well, and hello to you. Thank you for that. Honestly, if that's all you want to do, just say hello. That's great, because it means that we just get to hear a voice, and we get to put a voice. We get to put a voice to a name, and it was just a name and words on the screen, and now we get to hear the voice, and that's all more human, and we have a better connection. Oh, we've got three here.
Good evening, Boaty. I'm watching you live now, and I'm also watching your video at the yard yesterday, so I hope you don't mind. I'm doing two things today. Today I had for my dinner was fish and chips and mushy peas, and for snack I had a steak pie. Thank you very much, sir. Take care, Mr. Wanker and Mr. Titties and the matron and the captain if he's in the chat, and also like to wish the community good evening as well. Thank you very much for Mr. Parry from the Leisure Peninsula. Thank you. Can everybody in the chat please thank our Jason and Emma for last night's live? Thank you very much, sir. I've got to say though, people do tune in for Boaty's farts when he blames the fridge. I've been doing this channel 2 years.
Oh, that bloody fridge door. I need to do something about that fridge door. I thought I'd fixed it with that application of pottering lube earlier on today, but recent evidence would suggest that maybe it was not quite as successful as I hoped. And we've got another one for you, darlings. Oh, the fun never ends.
Okay, Boaty, it's duet time.
Oh.
We're going to sing our favourite Lady Garden song.
Oh, okay.
After 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I beg your pardon. I never promised you a lady garden along with the sunshine. Girl, there's gotta be a little rain sometimes. So
when you take, you gotta give. So live and let live or let go. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a lady garden.
You missed
Although, if you ask nicely, you can probably have one.
Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, God. And I thought it was just the missing lyrics that were going to discombobulate me, but no, it came in there right at the end, didn't it? Oh, bless you, Emma. Oh, God. Oh. You do enrich our lives, don't you? Where's my microphone flashing at me? Oh, it stopped flashing. Oh, maybe that's okay then. Oh, no, it's flashing again. We'll do a little microphone swap just to be on the safe side. Ah, right. Hopefully we didn't lose audio there. Hi, MSA's Tricia. Is Little Lemon enjoying school? Good question. Stratospherian is with us and is having a giggle at Peter P's flatulencer. And Little Lemon is loving school, apparently, so that's a good... Oh, before it gets too late, pound for your box, Boaty. Shake your Momo maker. Right, let's do the old pound. I've got my change here on the side. I love this bit. There's the pound. Look, it's a real pound. Oh, sounding a bit full now, isn't it? There you go. There's the pound, and in it goes. Now, on that subject, because obviously those pounds are going towards my birthday night at the Grand Hotel in Llandudno. I think we must have mentioned Bernard last night or the night before or something, because last night she was obviously on my mind. So I sent her a massage very late at night, you know, the normal stuff, professing undying love and proposing marriage and all of that. But I also asked if she would like to come and spend my birthday night at the Grand Hotel in Llandudno, as some of you suggested. I wrote about, it would have been about 21 or 22 pages of A4 in my best flowing, slightly drunken prose. And the answer came back at 18 minutes past 7 this morning. 2 letters. 2 letters. I wrote about 17 pages, 2-letter reply. Wonderful, isn't it? Where do we get to? Mark Lyon says, Peter P, Captain Mustard be a champion flatulence at 2. That's 2 Windy Bottoms. I actually cried watching Mustard's introduction of Wilma, says Andrew. Ah, Wilma is lovely. Wilma is lovely. I got a lovely welcome on Monday. Although it was a bit wet. Boaty is the premier Momo dealer in Chesterfield, says Matron. The thigh is the best bit, says Peter P, talking about Carol Ann, or possibly Matron, or Emma. I wanted to buy a load, says the M11, but it would have defrosted on my way home. Yeah, well, it's awkward because you're on public transport, isn't it? That can be sorted. You just need to bring, oh yeah, but then it means you lugging about. If you've got a cool box with a bag of ice or something in there, put them in that and they'll be fine for, plenty of hours. You could drive to Scotland with them and they'd be fine. Our lawn is too wet to cut, says Ian Hulley. So it's no Momo at the moment for me. Oh, I see what you did there. Momo. Very good. Very good. Andrew says Boaty goes around wearing a Mac and prowls the streets trying to flog his Momo. He can bring you some the next time he's in Norwich, says Matron. I want to go on that roller coaster again. Well, no, because that would still defrost, Trace. It wouldn't, Emma. You pop them in a cool box with a bag of ice and they'll be fine for 12 hours. I really fancy a ham and egg sandwich right now, says Matron. God, ham and egg. How awful. Oh, another ping has just winged its way in. Let's have this for you.
Can everybody please do us all a favour and twat the like button for our Jason for doing this for us tonight? Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And let us know if you want me to ring in. By the looks of it, you do not, sir. I'll ring up maybe tomorrow. I'll see how you're getting on. If not, hope you do not miss me for calling in, sir. Good night.
We get your voice notes. We still get to hear your voice, and that's brilliant. I love the voice notes. And I love that more of you were doing voice notes than were ringing in. And, that was always the original intention, to bring the community closer together by actually hearing each other talk and vocalize. And the voice note seems to be a brilliant way of doing that. So we're going to stick with it until you get bored of it. But I really hope you don't. And I hope we can carry on doing these voice notes. So I think they're wonderful. I'm really, really enjoying them. And speaking of Mr. Stephen Parry, we have a comment. Good evening, Jason and Emma and Tracy, the whole community in the chat. How are you all? I've had a good day trip to Costco, and thank you for Emma for last night. Oh, and his TV show from the past is Street Hawk. Oh, wow, says Andrew, another singerist. Brilliant song, says Peter P. Mr. Paddy's also going for London's Burning as an old TV show. We've been thinking of songs for days. And yes, Anthony Ants, who I met in Singles. Yeah. Even when it's absolutely dead or in its death throes and completely useless, Singles can still throw up the odd little success, if that's what you want to call it. And the lovely Tracy and the lovely Anthony have been spending time together, which is great. My cousin Helen, who pops into some of the live streams and comments on the videos and is in the Facebook group, she's found a chap on Singles as well. So there you go. I mean, it used to happen pretty much every day back when it was a decent thing. But even now that it's been dead for ages, nice to know that the odd little result still pops in. Does anybody remember a TV show called Boone? Asked Mr. Parry. Well, I certainly do. Michael Elphick, of course. And I used to go to his pub in Henley and Arden. If memory serves, I think it was the Black Swan, or was it the White Swan? But yeah, he had a pub in Henley and Arden. And I used to nip in there and say hello. That was well timed, says Emma. Thank you, I thought so. I thought that fart was Mr. Stephen Parry, says Matron. Voice note sent via Facebook again, says Alan. Haven't mastered WhatsApp. Oh, did I miss that one? Right, so that's going to be a messenger doings, isn't it? Well, oh, God. I still haven't set up this new phone, darlings. Not fully, not properly. I saw it pop up somewhere. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Right, this is a new one. Okay, that was yesterday. Here's today's.
Gladys Clack, you will go in my first whistle. Boaty, you will go in my second whistle. 3, 2, 1, peep!
God, you could listen to that voice for hours, couldn't you? He's got such a good voice. I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of two voices. I'm jealous of Alan Simpson and the lovely Sean. I'd love to have a voice like that, made for radio and YouTube and broadcasting generally. Just good friends, says Trisha. I remember that. That was Paul Nicholas and Jan Francis, I think, wasn't it? I've never had Momo in my lady garden, says Peter P. Oh, you don't know what you missed. That fart could have been Mr. Stephen Parpy, says Alan. Oh, is he flashing Meg, says Peter P. Boaty, did you sample any of this when you were a kid? I will give you a clue. It's Frothy Man. Not sure where you're going there. Lovely pound inserting, Boaty, says Andrew. Thank you, I appreciate that. That box is starting to, it's quite exciting. 2-letter reply. Mind you, she was probably getting ready for work at 18 minutes past 7. She did send another message this evening, and that was a bit longer. That was about 8 words. But there we are. Nice to hear from her. You know, it means that I can live my fantasy life again. Best when I do it on my own, though. We lived a fantasy life together once. I think I told you this years ago when we first met each other. And we did this fantasy life thing, messaging each other late into the night. This is before she moved up to near Mr. Parry, where she is now. It's when she was living in Ashbourne, not the one in Kent, the Ashbourne here in the Peak District. Yeah, and we did this fantasy life thing, and I told you before, we moved to Matlock Bath and started a new life. And unfortunately, I had an affair with one of my friends in Malta, got her pregnant, and then I threw Bernard out of the upstairs window at Matlock Bath and killed her. That was Bernard's addition to the fantasy life, not mine. But yeah, there you go. We couldn't even manage to make it in a fantasy life, let alone in a bloody real one. Of course. Roll forward a few years, and I did live out that fantasy life, and I did start a new life in Matlock Bath in a beautiful little cottage, but I did it with Boo, and I wouldn't change a thing. That was an amazing time in my life. Absolutely amazing. I can't remember ever being happier than that period. Where did I get to? Don't forget to hit the like button, says Tracy P. 20 of you have done exactly that. Yes, says the M11. I'm bringing a cool box next time. If you'd have said at the time, Emma, I had one here, you could have taken that. Dixon of Dock Green, says Amy. Roy of the Rovers, says Andrew. Mark Lyon says, Mr. Parry, there is a TV show called Boondocks, but as for Boone, I'm not sure. Yeah, there was a show called Boone with Michael Elphick, but probably a UK thing. Hogan's Hero, says Andrew. God, I remember that. I remember that. Gladys Clack, says Peter P. Hi ho Silver, Boone was great, says Tracy P. Gladys Clack. I remember coming up with that. Why did I come up with the name Gladys Clack? What was that for? I can't remember. Oh, hi, Alan, says Andrew. It was Boone and then Fear on Fridays, says the Equalizer. ITV, 10:35. Old horrors, great days. My old drinking hole, says Mike Lyons. Pub called the Dirty Duck, aka the Black Swan in Westbury on Trim, Bristol. Emma says, Boaty, did you get the keys for the Airbnb? Yes, Airbnb news, please, says Peter P. Right, well, as it turns out, I didn't need to. When the guys arrived at the restaurant this afternoon, obviously a lot earlier than I arrived there, then they discovered that there'd been a bit of a flood upstairs. Some of upstairs had come downstairs. The electricity had been tripped, and all of the fridges and freezers had defrosted. Ram absolutely lost the plot. Absolutely lost the plot. And because this has been an ongoing thing, you know how it is upstairs. Now, when we had heavy rain a few days ago, we had water coming down. I sent a text to the landlord and said, look, we can't have this. This needs sorting. We've still not got the use of our yard. All of that rubbish is piled up there. So it's been ongoing, and Ram just lost the plot today. You know, he comes in and is confronted by the place in darkness, the electricity not working. God knows how much money's worth of food gone. And, you know, the ceiling on the floor, not, you know, only a patch, but nonetheless. And he just lost the plot. And he got onto the landlord, who lives in Kent, and said, you need to get here now. Leave now. And messaged everybody else, Bishnu, everybody, and said, you all need to come here. I'm not doing this anymore. This is taking years off my life. I will just leave, and I don't. So the landlord did what he was told and immediately jumped in his brand new Mercedes and drove up from Kent up to the restaurant. Bishnu came from home. So when I rocked up, everybody was converging on the restaurant. Now, I had tried to get the keys. I rang the estate agent this morning, explained the situation, and said, "Look, I need the keys." And the guy said, "Yeah, it's lettings dealing with that, and they're not here today. Can you ring back tomorrow?" And I thought, "Fucking, what sort of fucking business is this? Really? You know, I need the keys to my property. Yeah, nobody's here today, mate." So it would have been the same thing. Yeah, I'm really interested in renting one of your properties. Oh, that's nice, but there's nobody here today. Nobody here from lettings. Can you ring back to my... I thought, fucking awful, you know? Really bad business practice. At the very least, you'd apologise and you would say, unfortunately, nobody from the lettings team is available today. They're doing this, that, or the other. Please let me take the details of what you need, and one of them will be in touch with you first thing tomorrow morning or at the time of your convenience. No, but no, it was, now can you ring in tomorrow? And I thought, fucking, I'd never deal with you people. I would never deal with you people. So that was what it was going to be. I was going to have to ring back tomorrow, go and get the keys. As it happens, didn't need them. Landlord turned up from Kent with the keys. and we all assessed the situation and made our feelings known. So as far as I can make out, because all of the conversations took place in a language with which I'm not entirely familiar, because obviously my lot are Nepali, but they all speak the various Indian languages. The landlord is Indian, so I'm trying to keep up with all of this. And from the best of what I can tell, the landlord has invested a significant amount of money. Whether he's paid it all up front, I don't know, or whether he's just paid a portion up front. But yeah, it's a £60,000 job. And the builders have kind of done a bit, taken the ceilings down, taken a chimney out, and buggered off. Apparently, they've gone to Pakistan on holiday for a month or something. Well, first the mother died, and then they're on. So whether it's all tied in with family stuff, I don't know. But they've buggered off anyway. So the landlord is kind of committed to those guys doing it, but they're not there. And in the meantime, there are leaks and the ceilings falling down, and all of this. And, you know, our yard is still full of crap. So, yeah, so he was summoned from Kent, and I don't know exactly what was said. I mean, he speaks perfect English with an English accent. So I threw my 5 pence in. And so there are teams coming tomorrow, allegedly. Electricians to sort out the electrics, people to sort out the whatever's causing the leakage from upstairs that's causing that. But in terms of the actual work to get the place habitable and sorted, then that's going to be dependent on when these builders reappear, if ever. And Bish was having a laugh about it. He said, oh, they'll come back in bloody November. And then it'll be, well, it's Christmas soon, so we won't bother starting until the new year. So I don't know. I'd never met the landlord properly before. I knew his father very well, of course. So I had a bit of a chat with him and spoke about what I was planning to do with it, and all of only quite a quick chat. But I don't know. My overriding sense after all of this tonight was that I haven't got much confidence in this now. Having seen the state of the place, and it's in a right old state. You know, imagine building work that's been started but not finished, and everything just looks horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Now, if a properly skilled team of builders got in there and did however long it takes, 2-3 weeks work, then and did it properly, it would be fine. But as far as I know, we've got no idea when they're going to reappear and what they're going to do. So I haven't got much confidence in it all now. And the guy, the landlord, he's a very young chap. He's inherited all of this from his father. And he doesn't seem terribly dynamic. So I don't know. It's kind of knocked me back a bit. So, you know, we'll keep the door open and keep fingers crossed and stuff. But I'm thinking, well, I'd rather concentrate any efforts on the other one, on Clay Cross, where we own it and we're in control of it. I can just see a situation coming where this building work is just going to go on and on and on forever, kind of not happening. And, you know, what sort of standard is it going to be done to? I don't know. I'm not feeling not feeling very positive at all about any of it. It would have been so much better if he'd just agreed to sell it to us, and then we could have sorted it. And I hate shilly-shallying. Excuse me. I hate arsing about and things not getting done. I've got no time for it. I like dynamism. I like stuff to be just done, sorted, properly in progress. I hate this kind of not knowing what's going on, this, that. I've got no time for it. I've got no time for it in my personal life, and I never had time for it in my business life. When people used to bugger about like that, then I would just say, no, I'm not interested, not doing this. Yeah, and I've lost a hell of a lot of enthusiasm over it. And I'm just thinking, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so no, I didn't get the keys to the restaurant, didn't need them, had to look around. I couldn't have the look around that I was planning to, in terms of planning how we were going to do this logistically, and what was going to be where and how we were going to run it and all of that. Obviously there was none of that because it was a firefighting kind of emergency situation. And I was just milling around with Bish and the landlord, whose name I forget. So yeah, it's in horrific condition. But that wouldn't be a problem if a proper building team were going in and cracking on with it tomorrow. But they're not going to be. Nor the next day, nor probably the next week, maybe not even the next month. Who knows? So I'm no longer getting my hopes up over that. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it's it's less than great. Where did I get to with the old comments? Somewhere around here, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it was when Emma asked me about the keys. Oh, Ian says it's Frothy Man, the singing polar bear singing Elvis. Let me be your loving teddy bear. Oh, and it was Cresta Pop. No, I'd forgotten that. Peter P says Gladys Clack was the OAP who wouldn't make it through the winter. Right. What was your favourite childhood comic, my friends? Asked Mark Lyons. I started with the Beano, then the Dandy, and the Superman, Superwoman, Superboy. Look in magazine every Thursday, says Ian. I was a dandy. I was a dandy boy. The Dandy, Corky the Cat, all of that. Didn't last for long because, a lot of my childhood stuff didn't last for long because it all got replaced with riding a bicycle and a bit of academic study and reading books. One of the best things I was ever bought. Oh, here's a feature for another day. What's the best present you've ever had? My father bought me a set of the Children's Encyclopedia Britannica. And then some years later bought himself a full set of Encyclopedia Britannica. And they sat side by side on the voluminous bookshelves in our living room. And I used to just read that from beginning to end, page by page, just for sheer fun. But I did go through a phase of the Dandy, it must be said. Comics from my youth, says Andrew. Battle stroke action. Roy of the Rovers, Whopper. Jimmy Quinn says Sweeney and the Professionals, and Lewis Collins should have been James Bond. He would have been a good James Bond, actually. Did Boone have Jim Diamond doing the songs? Asked Alan. Another man with a great voice, especially in PhD, whatever that was. Jim Diamond, PhD. Oh, I can't remember. Does anybody remember Howard's Way? I do. Gladys Clack, says Alan, was invented by you as a hypothetical old lady character when winter fuel allowances were discussed on a previous live. Yeah. I knew I'd done it. I just couldn't remember what about. Gladys Clack. What a great name. Ian says Lewis Collins did have a meeting with Cubby Broccoli. Oh, is that true? If anyone could, Edward Woodward could. I can't say that at this time of night. Sounds like the builders got paid first and buggered off with the cash. Well, that's what I assumed. Apparently it's not the. I don't know. It's really awkward when you're dealing with people who are speaking in a different language, and you're dealing with. I can't do it. I can work with Bishnu. Bishnu and I are of the one mind. We want things done, and we want them done properly. Other people I struggle with. I love Ram very dearly, but I do struggle with him in a lot of ways, as does Bish. You've got to be, when it comes to business, you've got to have an element of bravery and commitment, and you can't go half-hearted into things and shilly-shally and flim-flam. You've just got to say it. It's like the difference. Look at the difference between Claycross and the Ripley restaurants. Now, at Claycross, Bish is alone. He is the sole decision maker, or probably his wife is actually. But you know what I mean. And so at Claycross, things just get done. You need this, then boom, it gets done. You want to modernize the restaurant, gets done. New bar, new flooring, new tables, new chairs. At Ripley, where Bish isn't the sole voice because it's a partnership, then it's, maybe this, maybe that, and nothing ends up getting done. And things just end up rolling on and being the same and being half. I hate being half-arsed. Oh, never, ever. If you've got 3 things to do, or if you've got 10 things to do, don't half-arse them. Instead, just do 5 of them, but whole-arse them. I can't stand half-arsedness. And I get incredibly frustrated by all of this. Now, to me, it's utterly ridiculous that you would have a situation where you own a property, you're investing a significant amount of money, 50, 60,000 pounds into it, and the builders are not there, and you don't know what's happening. To me, that is entirely unthinkable. I couldn't cope with that. I couldn't sleep one night, let alone a month. I wouldn't be able to have a moment's rest until I got on top of that situation. And I don't understand it. And I can't deal with it, even on a third-party precarious basis. I just find it unimaginable. Absolutely unimaginable. I've never worked like that, and I don't know how people do it. We've had a couple of pings, haven't we, darlings? Let's have a listen to those, shall we? Oh, here we go. There's a couple for your delectation and delight.
Also, next you'll find the old trick. The builder's gone bust. That's the old trick. Got to say, sir, this might work to your company's favour, because if the work never gets done, your boss wants to offer to buy it off them on the cheap. If else, it needs to get fixed because it's damaging your work's property, sir.
We've already offered to buy it. We've begged to buy it, and we would pay full market rate, or we would actually pay over going market rate. We would love to buy it. Vishnu and I have talked for a considerable length of time, and we've planned it all out, and we know exactly what we're going to do. Once once we'd got it bought. But at the moment, honestly, with the chaos that's going on downstairs, if I was Bish, honestly, at this point, the restaurant is well established, the brand is well established. At this point, if it was me, if I was Bishnu, then I would just pull out entirely. I would say, well, or at least I'd give an ultimatum and I'd be prepared to carry it through. At this point, I would say, this is ridiculous. It's unacceptable. I've got a successful restaurant, successful brand, and I'm being hampered by this. We spent a fortune on redecorating the restaurant not very long ago, only a handful of months ago. The wallpaper's coming off the wall. We've got damp coming down from upstairs because it's been unoccupied and neglected, and it's all coming downstairs. So not only is it affecting us, it's costing us money. We're decorating the place, and the damp is descending from upstairs. So honestly, at this point, I would say, look, there are 3 options here. Option 1, sell it to us. Option 2, you get the work sorted so that it is proper, and that needs to be done within this timescale. Option 3, just pull out, right? Break the lease. It's I think we've got 7 years left on the commercial lease, but it wouldn't be a problem to break that because of everything that's been going on. Highly detrimental to the business. So honestly, if I was Bish, I would be more than willing, or I'd actually be quite keen at this point. There are loads of properties around the area. There's one just on the other side of the town square that's a lot bigger and will be a lot more suitable. That's been empty for ages. Nobody can give anything away at the moment, not in a town centre. That's why the landlord doesn't want to sell, because prices are on their ass. So I would just pull out. Why fuck about being asked around in this situation when you could just pull out, break the lease, say, well, sue me if you want to. Good luck with that. I've got videos, I've got this, I've got that, I've got the other. Just pull out and buy another premises and relocate the restaurant. The restaurant's reputation and the brand is strong enough that it would not only survive that, but it would thrive. And then you can go ahead properly instead of this interminable arsing about. So yeah, that's and I know where I would buy as well. I know exactly where I would buy. I've had my eye on it for 2 years. They can't sell it. It's been in auction twice and not reached reserve, and it's a stunning place. But yeah, that's what I would do. You can't run a business when you haven't got control, when you're being fucked around by other people. So yeah, if it was me, and now I've said all this, I'll set up a meeting with Bish and I'll say this to him. Three options: sell it to us, get it sorted within X amount of weeks and properly sorted, or option 3, then we're out of here and just buy another premises. There's plenty of money to do it. The company is by no means short of money. We could, or I say we, obviously in a way it's nothing to do with me in that, but you know what I mean. I am involved, and we could buy a premises and not notice it, to be honest. So why not do that? Why? It's harming the brand at the end of the day. We can't do what we want to do. Oh, it's annoying me now even talking about it, so I'm going to shut up. And it is 10 past midnight, darlings. So it's probably time to start saying your good nights, isn't it? We've got another message here to read out, to play. And then I'll whiz through the comments and we'll say good night. Sorry for having a bit of a rant about all of this, darlings, but I'm feeling a bit let down and subdued and deflated tonight, which is a shame because there have been positives that have happened tonight as well. And tomorrow will be a much more positive live stream, I have no doubt. Because always remember this, darlings, new world in the morning. I've got my lunch plan for tomorrow. And it's going to be chicken with buttery mashed potatoes, stuffing, green beans and gravy. My midweek roast, although there won't be much that's roast about it. The stuffing kind of will be. Oh, I might bung a shallot in there. Yeah, right. I might make not a stuffed shallot, but I won't. What would you call it? What's the opposite of a stuffed shallot? Yeah, I can't get my head around it. But yeah, I've got chicken defrosting. Some of it is for my staff curry tonight. But yeah, I'm going to have chicken, mashed potato, roast shallot, I've decided now. Stuffing and gravy tomorrow. That's going to be brilliant. And yeah, tomorrow will be a great day, I have no doubt. I can't. Oh God, videos. Oh, right. Tomorrow's video is supposed to be the lunch video from Monday, and bloody mustard hadn't put a battery in or charged it or anything, and the caravan was pitch black, and the settings must be different on the new camera. That camera, even though it was really dark, it used to make it look light. This one doesn't. So the lunch video is going to be audio only, effectively, because it was so dark you can't see us. And I've got nothing else for tomorrow. So I'm going to have to put it up. And it's just going to have to be like an audio only video, really. And then the video for tomorrow was supposed to be me getting the keys from the estate agent tomorrow and taking you around the upstairs and the Airbnb stuff. And that's not happening now. So so you're going to have to suffer a crap lunch video tomorrow. We talked about some good stuff, but there's going to be no visuals. It's just going to be audio. So you're going to have to suffer that. And I don't know what video you're going to have on Wednesday, because I don't know what I can film tomorrow. Haven't really made any plans. Maybe I'll whiz down to the charity shop that I didn't make it to last week and give you some hot parlour action. You haven't seen the parlour for a while, have you? So yeah, maybe do that. Right, voice notes, then read through the comments, say good night. That's the plan.
Also got to say, sir, them seats look splendid. Now you've transferred them into your over 25. What you did at the yard yesterday.
I am very
Makes
pleased.
you look like a real posh car now, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I am really pleased with the seat. I'd forgotten about it. So when I climbed into the car to go to work tonight, it was a nice surprise to find that I was nestling my body in sumptuous leather upholstery. Because I forgot about it, I also didn't put those 3 bolts into the back seats today. But the weather was shit anyway. And so that could be a job for tomorrow. Right, there was another one. Here we go.
Can you give me back my tracksuit bottom suit, please, Jason? I mean, I know you're sniffing them, you're loving the stains and all that, but they are mine. My mum's been wondering where they've gone. I making up lots of excuses, but I can't make up excuses any longer. My mum wants to wash them, Jason. Stop sniffing them and give them back, all right?
Do you know what I reckon? I reckon that is Emma's actual voice. And the voice that she does for the live streams and when she's in the bath, I reckon that is the invented one. I'm convinced that that is her real voice. Aveline. Oh, that did make me laugh. That did make me laugh. Right, okay, right, onto the comments. I had builders like that taking the piss, says Jimmy Quinn. He's not a builder now. No, I imagine not. Yeah, you see, Jimmy, you wouldn't stand for that, would you? You wouldn't stand for any of that tossing about. Oh, it drives me mad. Is anyone in the chat handy with a hammer, saw, and paint? Says Andrew. It needs a bit more than that. Oh, Mustard was here. Hello, my brewer stalkers. I'm good. Yeah, I bet you were, Jimmy. I bet you were. Wall-to-wall carpets. I love that name. Asterix. Oh yeah, I've told him. Oh God, remind me. And if you haven't heard it before, I'll tell you the story about Park Asterix, which is or was a theme park just outside Paris that shocked me, darlings. I've told you the story before, but some of you won't have heard it. Lee Jean is with us. The professionals, Lewis Carroll. Yes, it was Lewis Collins, not Lewis Carroll. She wrote Alice in Wonderland. Oh dear. Tracy is great with a saw and hammer, etc., says Emma. Just watch her Frey Bentos video. Get a Babel fish translator, says Andrew. Very handy. I always love a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. And you will remember that the Babel fish was the ultimate truth that God didn't exist. I love that. Half-assed, says Andrew. Stop giving away your buttocks then. My mum, a single parent, says Mark, bless her, was coerced into buying a full set of Encyclopedia Britannica back in the 1950s. Ripped off, really, but a great source of info for school assignments. Absolutely. I loved it. Ironically, says Ian Hulley, when they did the remake of The Professionals, they got Edward Woodward as the boss of CI5. Right, I didn't even know they did a remake of The Professionals. Boaty, are you old enough to remember At Home, the cigarette dispenser, coin operated, by the way? No, I don't remember that. I remember cigarette vending machines in pubs and clubs. Pull out, as all good Catholics do, says Andrew. Why pull out when you can just fall off, says Emma. Dear. Every moment is sacred, says Peter P. Boaty, a restaurant like yours might do well in Norfolk, says Jimmy. To be honest, a restaurant like ours would probably do well anywhere. Is Kathmandu in Chelmsford or Ripley? I love Nepalese cuisine, says Mark Lyons. Orgasmic. It's in Ripley and Clay Cross. Are you trying to get Boaty to live and work closer to you, Jimmy? Asked Matron. We need a decent Momo seller here in Melbourne, says Andrew. Long drive for Boaty, though. It would be. It would be. Oh, dear. Can't beat a bit of Roger Whittaker and his super whistling. I love Roger Whittaker. New World in the Morning, all of that. I love Roger Whittaker. Oh my God, Emma, says Mark. My poor ears. Emma's real voice is more like Irene Handel, says Matron. Right, I'm losing the ability to speak. Not Obelix's bunghole against us, but yes, it was one of the most horrendous and memorable moments of my life. And I promise you it was real. One of these days, somebody will come on one of these live streams who's been to Park Asterix and saw what I saw with my children. Oh, dear. We have a lot of issues with builders in Australia not turning up, disgraceful workmanship. Our governments are crumbling, tenants having to vacate, says Lee. Yeah. Right, that's it. I'm done at that, darlings. I am done at that. Thank you. Thank you so much for your company. As always, it really wouldn't be the same without you. And yeah, it's been fun tonight. Sorry if I've been a bit ranty, but as I always say, you know, the live streams were about real life stuff, not just putting on an act for. And tonight I had a bit of a disappointment, but God, going through my drawers. But there we are, darlings. Yeah, new world in the morning, all of that. It's all good. Staff curry to look forward to. Lunch tomorrow is going to be amazing. I'll do some sort of video. Maybe I'll just sit in the parlour and rattle on about another bit of my life. I can't wait to do the one where I tell you about how I became a singer. Um, I might do that one next. I might go over the starting the car business thing from. So moving on from, I left the last video where I was in the holly bush on Gorkett Hill, chatting with the guys, and they said, "Come in and see us. Maybe you should be involved in this." But I might move on from that and just do the singing one because that's more. I've got more interest in reliving that because that's a bit more exciting. The car business one it's just kind of, I mean, it was incredibly exciting to be involved with, but it's just a bit business and a bit dry, I think, in terms of talking about it. I'd be much more excited to talk about how I got into the singing thing and how that went. And I could probably do 3 or 4 videos about that. Oh, what's this? What's this? Oh, God, now I've got to do that. Oh, dear. Oh, okay, here we go.
Boaty, always keep a £14 hammer under your bed.
Well, that's not the worst advice, actually. I did always used to have a pickaxe handle or a baseball bat handy. I don't these days. I don't know. Must just be a more peaceful life where where I don't need to clatter something heavy and wooden around somebody's head or knees. Right, let's all bugger off. Thanks, everybody. It's been great as usual. Wishing you a safe and peaceful night. Stay dry, stay warm. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but there we are. Join me tomorrow night. Same time, same place. 11 o'clock, Wednesday night live. The candle will be relit then. All right, darlings. Much love from me. Can't wait to see you next time. Pachoon and indeed, boss.